Alabama, a teen center will be housed in our school. And so this will actually give our students a safe place to go after school. And so we're really excited about the Boys and Girls Club being housed in that. One added plus, there's several added pluses to the Boys and Girls Club being in Butler, but they have pledged to help us to make sure that the students will graduate. Those students who join the Boys and Girls Club, they will monitor those students to make sure they graduate. They will help them with mentorship, support with Passport to Manhood. They have several programs. We've also asked about the STEM program and several other programs that they have to support our needs. Our system, we asked Dr. Radinsky, and he has granted us transportation for our students. That was a big issue for us, our students getting to and from school, and so a bus will be provided for our students. So, 3 of our goals. Our goals for this year coming up is to improve the graduation rate. So the data for the 2015 data that is displayed, we expect to see at least a 30% increase in the graduation rate. And then the next improvement that we expect is an improvement in the attendance. And this is by the end of this school year. We expect to see an improvement in the attendance rate. And also, we are expecting our disciplinary incidents to be reduced by 50%. With all the support that we're getting from the district, we intend to have a decrease in our discipline referrals. The support that we need most desperately is our parents. We need an active PTA that will involve current Butler parents. So we are reaching out and asking you, current Butler parents, to please get involved. Your children need you, and we need you. Our district has been most generous, and every single thing that I've asked for, they've given. So now we need you to make this work. The other thing that we are asking is we have a TFA, and she could not be here tonight because she had training. Gabby Kroon, and we're excited about our TFAs. We have several TFAs this year supporting that area too. Thank you.
Hello, can everybody hear me? I won't get on the mic, I'll blow you away. But I'm Eric Jones. I'm coming from Jackson, Tennessee. I'm principal at J.O. Johnson High School. How many Jaguars we gonna have? It's been a phenomenal event, and I'm so happy to be here representing the Jaguars. And my colleagues that have spoken have done an outstanding job about the great success that they've had in their schools. And we're just looking to build upon that success. If you're looking at Johnson, there have been some issues there, and we're going to address those, and we're going to get out in front of those, but we're going to own those. And, they're going to change, and they're going to change starting right now. We have student deficiencies in reading, writing, and mathematics. We've had a culture of acceptance of mediocrity. It's just going to have to change. For our kids to be successful, be able to compete globally, we have to have those expectations, but not only have those expectations, we have to support them in what they're trying to do. So low expectations, low morale, we're going to have to work on really building our students up. Also building the faculty up, because they've been being on quite a bit, and they need that support. The district saw fit to allow me to bring my entire administrative team to Jackson, Tennessee. I have 2 assistant principals that have come with me, and my secretary to keep me in line. So we're excited about that. Faculty of 45 teachers, we've had 47% of them retained. 53% were put in other places, and we've been able to recruit and really get some phenomenal teachers in the building that are really going to change the culture and the mindset of our school. We've been able to do some remodeling to the building. Decrease instructional space. Those of you know about Johnson, it's a huge building. We don't have quite as many kids, so we have to really make it a school that's conducive to maintaining that type of population. Dr. Radinsky in the district has really allowed us to come in and be innovative and try things that we've been successful with in previous schools, and we're really looking forward to doing that. But that's going to take the support and the expectations in this community that these kids not only can get it done, but will get it done. It's going to take it each and every day. Goals for J.O. Johnson. First of all, graduation rate has to get addressed. Kids have to be graduated. Kids have to get out and be productive in society. They have to be college and career ready. We want to make sure we focus on that. Improve test scores, obviously. Focus on literacy. Our kids are coming to us not really where they need to be. If they can't really function on the high school level, we can't expect them to move forward the way they need to. So what we're going to be doing is doubling it up in English and really making sure that we provide them support to get on track. It's not that they can't do, they need to provide the time to do. And it's our job to get it done. And I can tell you this, if it's not getting done, it comes back on Eric Jones. And I'm going to make sure that we're holding everybody accountable. You hold us accountable. The teacher's going to be accountable. That's going to trickle down to the kids. So we're going to have high expectations. Everybody's accountable for those kids being successful. If it's not getting done, it's what are we doing? It's not what they're doing. We can't blame the kids because kids are kids are kids. But it's our job to make sure that we do what we're supposed to do in the classroom. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of things we're going to be trying to. In short, we're going to just have a culture shift. It's going to be a mindset shift, a paradigm shift. That's going to take time, but it's going to get done because we can't accept anything less. We're the life-saving business. If our kids leave us and they don't have what they need, they go out to your communities and our communities, and they're not getting it done, and they are not helping us. So it's our job to do that, and that's what we're going to do. So support that's needed. We have 6 CFAs, phenomenal group of people. We have some come from Georgetown, we have some come from Elon, we have some come from Cornell. All across the country, our kids are going to be exposed to things that are really going to help them. We're very big on exposures for our kids. We want them to see life outside of North Huntsville. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But there's a whole other world out there. And we need to expose them to that. So we need support in giving them exposure. We want to get kids to college, university, campus to get that fire burning inside them to be successful. Also, funding for student recognition. They need to know that doing the right thing, it pays off. That's right. Anything that we can do to recognize them, we want to be able to do it. So I'm going to pass my time, but I'll say this. We need you. The community needs you. These children need you. There's going to be a different expectation at Johnson. I'm not saying that I'm doing that, but it's going to be a culture build that everybody's chipping in, and we're going to do what's best for kids always and in the forefront. Thank you very much.
As I am about what's happening in Huntsville City Schools in the future, the direction that we're moving in, and that we've been working on. You know, this stuff didn't just start today. We've been doing this. We've been working on this last year, this year, and we're excited. As Mike Ball said earlier, it's a team effort. So I echo that statement, and it is a team effort. It's all of us working together, and I invite you to be part of the solution in moving Huntsville City Schools forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Anderson, and to each one of you that administrators that came tonight. Thank you so much for sharing with us your goals and your objectives for the year. And so now we're at the point, it is 7:17. So we have about 45 minutes. I understand that there are individuals who have programs or activities that they're involved in that they want to mention. But what I want to say more importantly, that we are here, for those of you that are administrators to the school system, it is my belief that everyone in this room is here to be the wind beneath your wing, to be that support. I have one request of everybody that's in this room. I know that there was a request about PTAs, but I ask you to challenge you, whether you have a child or not in the school, that one of the things that we can do first is join the PTA. Well, I see a number of individuals that I know that do good work. I see my neighbor that I can tell you that he would go into the building at 7 o'clock in the morning every day before he went to work, and has done great work with children in the areas of math and science that have made a difference in their life. That's Mr. Gene Perry. I call him out because there's not a person that I know that's more community children than he is. And I know there are others of you in the room. So I want to give you an opportunity to, you've heard from the schools and you've heard their requests. My legislative colleague, there was a loud message in there, wasn't it? And I think you heard it in terms of the response, and I think you will see that from the legislative delegation as well. So, individuals that would like to make a comment in terms of what you see from what you've heard, or what you heard from the school. What is your commitment to assist in those schools reaching their goals?
I have a comment.
Would you come to the mic, please? And take a few minutes.
Talk loud.
All right.
You know, this piece of paper, this act, I don't know what y'all think it's gonna do for property value when you're transferring public funds to private schools and everything else. What happens to the real estate down on North Huntsville? And it's not to undermine anything you guys are doing, but if it's about money, while we transferring money to the other schools, it seems like the schools that fail, you know what I'm saying, the majority of the population was minorities. You know what I'm saying? So is this some other form of segregation that we're dealing with? We need to educate the schools, and these people sugarcoat what's going on at these schools around here. They were so, what I'm saying is, take into account everybody. This doesn't help my property value when people look and see that my communities you can't come in my community and get educated. You know what I'm saying? So why don't we transfer all of the principles from the other schools down here on the north side if it's about the principles? It's not. We're dealing with some other things.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you. So now remember, listen to what we heard and versus what we plan to do.
Yeah, I just make a statement. About 8 years ago, I bought my first home and I had the decision where to live. And I wanted to be in North Huntsville. These are my people and I love them. I love being here. 6 years ago, I got married and I told my wife I was going to make her safe. And 4 years ago, I had my first child. So I got a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old. And they are going to school in about a year or two. And I don't want my children to fail. And I've been in the community. I did 6 years with Big Brothers Big Sisters. I started a lot of programs in the schools that came up here. And I'm a therapist, so I see all the kids that you have that are having problems. I work currently at the mental health center. So I know what's going on. But I have 3 basic questions. 1, why can't our schools be the #1 schools to go to? What's stopping us? That's what I didn't hear. What's stopping our schools from being the #1 schools to go to? Number 2, the second question I have is, what can the parents do? Because a lot of these parents don't have funding. You had astronomical numbers up there. 60,000? What did I make in a year?
Right.
What am I as a parent going to do with that? I'm going to look at you and say, I got some pennies. We need to be able to have some solutions we can do that doesn't necessarily tax our pocketbooks. And I believe that that's possible. I believe that we can do, and the next thing is that we need to have individual support for individual problems. We got a lot of problems in the classroom, and it varies. And if we don't have individual support, we don't have a program that's individualized per classroom, you're going to miss people. Because you can throw money at it all day long, but you'll never hit the true problem. Because it's not even, I don't even think it's an education problem. I think I have the best education program there is out there. I don't think that's the problem. I think that these kids are having other problems that are preventing them from learning.
Thank you.
And if I need to go and knock on doors and sit with a kid in his home until he do it because his daddy's not there, then tell me. And I got about 200 men that I know that will do it with me. But you need to set it up.
Thank you.
And that's what I'm talking about. We need individual solutions from the principals and say, look, I know you don't have money, but come and do this because Johnny is acting a fool. And let me go find some people and go talk to Johnny.
And I want
And that's what I want to do.
and I appreciate your comments.
To show up.
I'm sorry.
And Johnny go and teach the ones that show up in school.
No. We're not going to let Johnny go because Johnny needs it just as much as everybody else.
Who said that? Who said that?
God who spoke first.
Mr. Robin, you've heard Mr. Robin's comments and you've heard his willingness to assist. I want you to also understand, Mr. Ruffin, this is not the only meeting, because we can't begin to solve all of the problems. We can begin to address it, and I think your point is well taken. Have a plan, tell me what the plan is, and I'll go with it. Did I hear that right?
Correct.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's not what one person can do as an individual, but the one common thread that I heard from each high school is that attendance and the lack of parent participation. We can have the best schools in the world, we can have the finest teachers in the world. We do have some good schools here, we do have some good teachers. So we really need to leave the teaching and the education up to those who are professional and proficient at doing it. What we need to do as a group, not me as an individual, because I can make commitment and I can follow through, is that we need to organize and find ways of getting parents into those schools, getting parents working with their kids. And so one of the things that we need to do from this perspective is to set up a committee and find out how can we begin to organize parents to join those PTAs and begin to work with those youngsters, not only at the schools, but when they go home and before they leave home. No, there's no realistic reason why kids are leaving home hungry every morning, but they do. And there's no realistic reason why kids go home every day and there's no one at home to greet them. And there's no one to have any control and any influence on them when they're at home. The television shouldn't have to raise my kid. Education is not a one-way street, it's a two-way street. And until we as parents get involved with that educational process, it's going to continue to be a failure. It's a three-way process. It's the school, the parent, and at least the child. Now, we can say we're going to exert ourselves as community people, but there's only so much we as a community are going to do. We really got to have that parent involved. And so what we need to do is find out how can we organize to go out and start touching bases with those parents who are not involved and show them and give them some reasons why they ought to get involved. And do like somebody said, like Mr. Barnes said, we're going to walk the street. The school family and faculty shouldn't be walking the street, but the neighbors in that community should be walking the street, touching bases with those parents and say, you need to go with me to get your kid at that school. And when we start doing that, you're going to see a difference. There's no rational reason when I go to Johnson High School and at the PTA meeting, the teachers outnumber the parents 2-1. Then when I go down to Whitesburg, it's overwhelming. You got grandparents and great-grandparents there.
And I guarantee you, on the other side, they don't have the disciplinary problems that these people are dealing with on this side.
You know why? You know why they don't have that disciplinary problem? Because the parents are there. That's why they don't have it. So you take that energy and that frustration that you got and talk to your neighbor. Tell your neighbor he needs to be involved with his child.
You got children? Hey, every child in this neighborhood is your child. And you talking about your own children. Everybody in this neighborhood is your child.
Mr. Ruffin.
If they're failing, you're failing.
Mr. Ruffin.
So you're yelling at
So, let me just finish by saying this.
Yes, sir, but
Make
I
a
want Mr.
commitment.
Turner, hold up just a second. I want us to, we're going to be respectful of each other.
That's right.
We are going to respect each other.
Right.
We can get our message out and we can get some things done. Now, I know we're angry, but let's channel that energy. So now, Mr. Turner, if you will finish and I saw one.
And I will.
Thank you.
If you're willing to make a commitment to help bring parents into the process, you will see grades go up, you will see attendance change, because if the kid is not there, he can't be taught. If you want to see property values go up, you want to see economic development come, in order to have economic development, you got to have educational development. If a kid is not in school, he can't learn. And if he can't learn and don't learn, he's not going to be functionally effective in this new environment that we're in.
I don't want to touch the podium, but I do have something to say. My child attends Highland. It's not on your failing list, but I do see that when we go down to South Parkway, my son is amazed that you spent $2 million on a brand new gym. And I walk down the halls of Highlands, we missing tiles, we can see wire. We can see the building crumbling beside us. My son is an honor student. He goes to school every day full, clean. educated, AB honor roll since kindergarten. Why is the school system still failing my child? Why can't my child have the same benefits as the child on the south side has? Why can't my son have AB honor roll classes? Why can't he not attend more classes than space program? Why can't he be tested to bump up in a grade? Things like this are offered on the north side of town. So now I am a first-time home buyer who's choosing to move to the south side of Huntsville.